Okie dokums, we're moving on to exercise 3, comic relief. This is our little couch shoulder angel gag. Okay, so we've got our example from Lawrence here.
You're addicted to that thing. You should put it down. Nonsense. You're keeping up with the industry. Networking, getting inspired.
You know, she's got a point. I need to make connections with potential clients, studios...
No. Don't you have school emotion homework to do? What? You lazy bum! Put that thing down and do your homework! Do your homework!
Let's break this down a little bit. The spark effect is so cheesy, guys. I just can't. It's funny. It's funny. It's cheesy. It's supposed to be. All right, we've got a nice little glow effect going. Got especially glowy silver-looking slippers here. The key is very nice on this character, on both characters. Coming in here. He has gone strong on the distortion of the fire effect here, which, you know, is your call to make. I would probably avoid having too much distortion on the face. Other than that, I think it works, and it really helps, especially if you struggle with the edges on the with the edges of the robe, which it doesn't look like Lawrence has struggled with the edges much, but the fire effect really does a nice job of kind of masking that and helping you get away with maybe an imperfect edge if you have one.
You know, she's...
And let's see, the floatings look nice. Oh, here, there's one little issue on the shoulder angel here on the left. You'll see a little piece of the background that hasn't been quite keyed out, and it moves along with the angel. You can probably see that. So I think you just need to pull up the strength of your key a little bit, just a couple percentage points, and you'll have that cut out. And I don't think it shows up in the other shots. I'm not really noticing it here. The devil's all of a sudden, her face is red. I'd probably adjust that just for this last shot for consistency's sake. But this is a nice example. Thank you, Lawrence, for your submission. Okay, next, let's see what Audra has done.
You're addicted to that thing. You should put it down. Nonsense. You're keeping up with the industry. Networking, getting inspired.
You know, she's got a point. I need to make connections with potential clients, studios...
No. Don't you have school emotion homework to do? What? You lazy bum! Put that thing down and do your homework! Do your homework!
So I think this was one submission Audra noted that she didn't feel like she was 100% done. She just had a few tweaks she wanted to do, but she got the keys done, which are looking really nice. There's maybe a tiny white edge along this robe, which is pretty much the same with every submission. There's always that little edge, and I'm sure that a lot of you have spent many, many minutes weeping and wailing and gnashing your teeth trying to bring in that little edge with an extract, or not an extract, like a refine hard matte or something like that. Every little pixel that you can take off that is worth it. But she's done a really nice job. The hair is looking great. Doesn't have any fire effect added, which for me, I could take or leave the fire effect, honestly. Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it's just distracting. And this is honestly not that bad because it's just cheesy anyway. I mean, they're holding a plastic pitchfork. Like, we're not exactly demonic. One of my favorite things that Audra has done is the color balance of the whole thing. Really nice job matching the light of the scene. And I realize that the angel can be glowing and emitting their own light. Like, that makes sense. But honestly, she looks great just appearing as though she's wearing normal clothes in a normal setting. And the devil is the part that I'm especially happy with the color on. It's far less saturated than the original footage and really seems to match the scene better. There's kind of a purple cast. You look at the background, this blanket appears to be oh no, there's some white in the pillow here. Everything's kind of an off-white cast. It's not pure white. So the color balanced footage of these characters here probably needs to be adjusted to match the living room. So Audra's done an excellent job of that. I love this close-up. I love seeing the detail, and pretty much everybody has done a fantastic job keying this out. Excellent work, Audra. Okay, Mark.
You're addicted to that thing. You should put it down. Nonsense. You're keeping up with the industry. Networking, getting inspired.
You know, she's got a point. I need to make connections with potential clients, studios.
No. Don't you have school emotion homework to do? What? You lazy bum! Put that thing down and do your homework! Do your homework!
All right. One of my favorite things that Mark has brought to the table here is the additional lighting when when the characters flash into the screen. Watch the side of the face here. I'm going to go frame by frame. So he's added some illumination to the side of her face, and that is a nice detail that helps sell the composite. And he does it again with the successive flashes. Right here is the most noticeable because we're in close-up, but the side of the face really gets a nice flash bang from the sparks here. So that is a really nice effect that helps kind of sell the fact that something's actually happening on screen. Color-wise, the devil feels a little orange and almost green sometimes to me, a little yellow. So I would probably tone back those colors to more closely match the scene. But again, we're dealing with sort of supernatural beings here, so there's a lot of leeway there. Another nice touch that Mark has added here is shadows along the shoulders here, which is another way. I mean, you're seeing strong shadows from an overhead, slightly in front light source, and so that it makes sense that these little beings would cast shadows on the shoulders. So nice attention to detail there. The keys are looking nice, very strong glow effect, and the final flash of light on the face as the sparks signal the disappearance of our little heavenly and hellish visitors. Okay, moving on to Alec. This is our final example for the day.
You're addicted to that thing. You should put it down. Nonsense. You're keeping up with the industry. Networking, getting inspired.
You know, she's got a point. I need to make connections with potential clients, studios.
No. Don't you have school emotion homework to do? What? You lazy bum! Put that thing down and do your homework! Do your homework!
All right, so the first thing that I noticed, and that you probably noticed too, is the addition of these clouds. Now, one thing Alec noted in his comments was that the clouds were, he added them mostly to hide the feet, because apparently he ran out of time working on the feet. It was taking too much time to key those out or rotor those out, so he decided to add the clouds. And this is an example of a happy accident, I think, because by hiding the feet, he's actually made the compositions work a little bit better, at least in my opinion. It helps to fill the frame out, both in a close-up and in a medium, and even in the wide. It kind of gives more mass to these little characters, proportionally. It gives them a little bit more presence on the screen and gives a nice little triangle shape, which works consistently with all the characters. Now we've got a nice composition going on. So I like the way that worked out. I like the look of the clouds. I'm not as big a fan of the cloud on fire, mostly because it, next to this relatively static cloud, I realize there's stuff going on, but it almost looks like a rotobrush artifact or something. But I do love the addition of the cloud. Looking at the fire effect, this one is going just like crazy on the pitchfork here. And I think it's probably set to the same settings or proportions as the close-up shot, because it's a little more tame. I mean, it's still pretty wild. Nice roto, by the way. Nice keying. Looks great. I would probably tone down the effect here because it's kind of inconsistent from shot to shot. Also, a fun little Easter egg that I accidentally found was that the cloud disappears here for like 2 frames, which is not a big deal. It's just kind of funny. I think the colors are working really well. Oh, is that a little piece of a microphone I see? Here above the angel's halo. Lovely job. Fun original submission by Alec. Now back to Mark for some expert breakdown of this project.